Hello and welcome to the 21st episode of the Realist Podcast, a podcast about our real list. I'm your host, Ellis.
And I'm your host, Gloria.
And today we have a selection from...
Me!
Who has gum in her mouth.
Yeah, I do. You got a problem with it?
I mean, it's probably going to sound a little weird. What is this movie?
Because of Winn, Dixie. It is based off a book by Kate
Camilo.
Camilo. Because of Winn, Dixie, it is a daughter and her father. They moved to Naomi, Florida, and they're living in a trailer, and the father's a preacher, so they're living in the trailer for free. I wonder if the book is kind of the same.
I don't know. We haven't read the book. I had not heard of this. And of course you said, oh, because of Winn Dixie, and I immediately made the joke, something about putting the dicks in Winn Dixie.
Yeah, and I was like, it's a child.
Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute. And I looked it up, and it was a child, and I went, oh, never mind. My bad. And then you said Winn Dixie is actually the dog, and I went, oh crap, never mind.
Yeah, Winn Dixie is the dog. So
4 separate dogs, we learned.
Yes. 4 different kinds of dogs.
No, the same kind of dog.
Well,
just 4 different dogs.
Yes, sorry. That's what I meant to say. But how much? Who directed this movie? It was
I don't know. Wayne Wang, which is an awesome name. I just gotta say.
It's based on the book Because of Winn Dixie by Kate DiCamillo.
You already said that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just reading what it says here, okay? Starring Jeff Daniels, Cicely Tyson, Dave Matthews, Eva Marie Saint, Anna Sophia Robb,
and some other people.
They didn't even list the main character, the character who played the girl.
This is one of the worst Wikipedia articles for movies that we've looked at.
I know,
it's
right?
It's missing so much of the plot. It doesn't even mention the party.
Anna Sophia Robb is Indiana.
Yeah, that's...
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was somebody else.
Child actress. Pretty cool movie, honestly. I mean, it's kind of... I say cool. I didn't love it. It's one of these kids' movies that's very, it's sort of a heartwarming sort of movie. The plot beats are actually pretty decent. You don't really get introduced to the witch until more towards the end, so you don't get as much of that as maybe you could. But I mean, all told, it's not bad. It's just kind of I don't know. Maybe it's nothing special to me. I know this is one of your
It's one of my childhood movies. Yeah, it's one of the movies I used to watch a lot, and
oh my god! Just keep talking.
I didn't know it was a book until a little later on, as I got older. And I used to watch this movie a lot, at my grandmother's house. I used to watch it, never get sick of it. And it's just this kind of I don't know, coming of age movie, I would kind of say.
Making friends movie.
Yeah.
No, it's a
getting used to a new place and a new town, with your father who doesn't pay attention to you, and befriending.
He's so buried in his preachership.
Yeah.
I don't understand how he can spend that much time doing that, but he clearly cares about his job.
Their church is a supermarket as well.
No, it's a convenience store.
It's a convenience store, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, convenience store.
I actually don't know if it's an active convenience store or if it looked like a closed down convenience store.
Well, no, it looked like it was an active convenience store because there was somebody in there buying a soda.
Oh, okay. Because I couldn't tell. Oh, because there's a second store that shows up in the movie later that they show on the outside. Store. No, not that one. There's another convenience store looking store that is closed down. That it's in the shot for 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
As she goes by it on her bike, but it's hidden. it's just one of those things where I thought it was the same one, and I went, oh, so they're like in an abandoned convenience store, a convenience store that's been closed down and is used just for this purpose. But I guess the store is not used on Sunday, so they can do church.
Yeah.
I guess.
Mass or.
Which Opal is a cool name, by the way. I just wanna put that out there.
India
I'm calling
Opal.
things cool. India Opal is a really pretty name. Just Opal in general is a really pretty name.
It's my mom's birthstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe I like the name because I like the stone. I think an opal is a cool looking stone.
It is. It is a cool looking stone.
Yeah. It's one of those. So, it is sort of typical, but I'm not going to really hold that against it because it's a movie for kids based on a book for kids. I mean, what do you really expect? Not every book has to be Bridge to Terabithia. Getting the dog being something that everybody loves just automatically, or basically everybody loves automatically, the head of the trailer park notwithstanding.
Yeah, he was like, I allowed the kid, but the dog's gotta go.
Yeah.
Because he has a sign that says no children and no pets.
No pets, which of course he's a massive hypocrite because he has a cat.
Yes.
Yeah, they never hung a lantern on that, which I'm kind of surprised about. It is, they show him with the cat early on.
Wait, does it say no pets or no dogs?
I think it says no pets. Maybe it says no dogs. But I vaguely remember it saying no pets because I sort of looked at it and went, oh, hey, that's, he's being, he's being hypocritical. He's the bad guy, so to speak. He's as close as this movie gets to a bad guy, which, I mean, he is a pretty decent antagonist. Like, he actually does have he has some antagonism to do, as opposed to, say, the guy in The Martian who is just, going about things in a different way. He's... and the guy in The Martian, as in...
Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, Jeff Daniels. Winn-Dixie's dad, not Winn-Dixie's dad. Opal's dad.
Yes.
Who was in this movie.
Yes.
I wanted to compare them very briefly and say that... that while... What is his name? Mr. Alfred? Mr. Alfred. Alfred. So this is where he went after Batman died. He does some antagonism. He really pushes the plot along, as opposed to Jeff Daniels' character in The Martian, who is not really preventing the plot from happening. Like, he doesn't really slow things down. He is just the conservative voice of, like, hey, we don't want to do anything rash.
I also want to point out, I'm looking at the budget and I'm looking at the box office. The budget was $14 million, and then the box office made $33.5 million.
Yeah, which I'll notice that the budget on this movie is double the last movie we watched. It's double Hot Fuzz, which is incredible to me. Because where did that money go on this movie? Did they spend $7 million training these dogs? Because
it was all for the rat.
It was all for the trained rat. Yeah, exactly. Also, you did call it out as a rat. They say it's a mouse in the movie.
Because that's too damn big. That was too damn big to be a mouse.
It's a huge rat.
That was a big rat.
But yeah, the dog catches a rat in the convenience store, which I figured everyone would be happy about because, he's doing pest control.
But they thought he was going to, kill it, and they were like, no.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he was just going to chomp it. Well, I knew that he wouldn't because it's a kid's movie, but...
Winn-Dixie's gone crazy.
Winn-Dixie's killing. It's gonna be... Winn-Dixie is gonna be like the inverse John Wick. Someone's gonna kill Opal, and Winn-Dixie's gonna go on a murder spree across the nation to find who killed... he's gonna team up with Perry the Platypus. They're gonna be in that animal spy agency or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. We need the Winn-Dixie cinematic universe.
Oh my god.
No, but in seriousness, I wanted to talk about... I already called her out as the witch, but Miss Franny Block. No,
Miss Franny Block was the
Gloria
librarian.
Gloria Dump. Sorry, I misread the paragraph. Goya. Her name is Goya. This alcoholic, blind alcoholic woman who has her mistake tree, and I thought that was actually really neat. She was a very interesting character, and I wish we got more of her. I pointed out that she showed up towards the very end. I mean, aside from Opal, and this may be a dumb question, but aside from Opal, who is your favorite character in the movie? And aside from Winn Dixie, of course.
Okay,
because that's a cop out answer. Can't let that happen.
I think that
it's quite a cast of characters here.
I think Otis would be my favorite character.
Yeah,
because, you know, he's what was he? He was a ex-convict, or he got convicted for the wrong thing, or.
Well, he was. Yeah, well, he headbutted or punched an officer and broke his nose because they were trying to take his guitar or something like that. And he's a little bit slow. It's funny that did this sort of, you know, appear on your radar that when we first meet Otis, there's really no indication that he's slow or odd, and they sort of only bring it out. It only becomes noticeable after the police officer says that he is, you know, or when the police officer is there confronting him. I don't. Maybe it's not a bad thing, but they don't really sell him to me as like a off, you know, a
Where'd you get
character.
That he was slow?
I believe the police officer says so. Not that I want to blame him, but he does seem just a little bit off.
It says he's shy.
Yeah, but you're going off this Wikipedia article that doesn't mention half the important things in the movie.
Yeah, this is true. But
I would have to read the book to know, because I'm sure there are more details there.
Oh yeah, the book probably has more. I want to get the book and read it. I really want to read the book.
Go to the library. We're doing this again. But yeah, that it is called out at one point, and I go like, really? And then he does a couple of things. I don't know. He's just a little bit odd, which is fine, I suppose. But I mean, he did, you know, headbutt a
police officer.
A police officer. So maybe that's what he got a concussion off of that. Yes, he's never recovered from that.
I don't know.
He really headbutted him. He headbutted him into the next dimension, into the next cinematic universe. Anyway, yeah, Otis is pretty neat. He is certainly an odd one, whether or not he's, you know, whether or not he is disabled like that. He, you know, lets all the animals out of their cages and plays songs for them, etc. Which is really cool, and he's another character that I kind of wish we had more time with, and shows up a little bit late.
You do get Otis a lot.
You get a handful of scenes with Otis. Yeah, he's Dave Matthews. You don't know Dave Matthews?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. But like, I didn't recognize him, but I've heard the name before. The Dave Matthews Band, etc. But anyway, let's see. What is a song that, like, what is a song of his that is the most famous? I'm not sure. But anyway.
Busted.
He's an interesting character.
Yeah.
I mean, I do wish we had more time with just about all the characters in this film, because only a handful of them get thoroughly developed, really, or really, I don't know if anyone really does. It's probably better as a book.
I also enjoyed the librarian, because she thought that Winn Dixie was a bear.
Oh,
the whole bear ordeal was just great, and like the just the flashes of them showing the bear and her throwing the book at the bear and the bear taking off with the War and Peace book.
Yeah, that was one of those things where they've got those flashbacks in that scene, and then they've got a handful of flashbacks at other times when stories are being told.
The
9 reasons.
When Opal asked for the 10 reasons.
Yeah, and that was a little bit odd. Once again, we're back at, it's a kids movie. There's nothing wrong with that. It just strikes me as like, why is this necessary? Why can't we just tell a story? But I'm not really complaining about that. They were cute little interludes.
Yeah, it was nice.
The movie did strike me as a little bit long.
How long did I say it was? Like,
it was an hour
47? Hour 46, 47?
Yeah.
I mean...
Maybe it was 47.
I mean, it was a little long. I mean, it did kind of get right to the point about the dog and everything, and then it just, like, told everybody's story, though.
Yeah, and I know I'm saying I wish I had more time with these characters. Maybe it just could have been paced better.
Honestly, I think the book will probably be a lot more better.
Better?
I think the book will be better. I think the book will give you the details that you're missing and that you want.
Yeah,
that the movie couldn't provide.
Did you feel like the police officer was... I mean, the first time he showed up... both times he showed up, he was half-decent comic relief. But the first time I thought was a lot better than the second time.
Yeah, because, like, him interacting with Otis was, like, he had a reason to be there. But when he was, like, with the kids, there was no reason.
Yeah, no, he just showed up to cause trouble. I don't really see the necessity in him doing that.
I really don't think the scene was really needed. I feel like the police officer was a pointless character, but I think, like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, he did do one thing, which in his first scene he introduces the fact that Otis is not a perfect character.
Not a good guy to his standards, apparently.
Yeah, but, it reveals that, he's an ex-con, and he has had run-ins with the law, and the law does not trust him. And I feel like if they had treated the police officer as less of comic relief and more of like a...
serious character.
Yeah, more of like, this guy has a genuine beef with Otis, then we could have had more questions of like, is Otis a good guy?
Yeah.
Like, what are we missing here? And then it's revealed later what he did to get himself thrown in jail, or at least that's what he says.
Yeah. And it's also led to that he doesn't know who the shop owner of the pet store is.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, they were like, he was like,
thread.
You don't know who you don't know, where's Gertrude? He's like, where's Gertrude? And he was like, her mother is sick and she went to go stay with her mother.
Yeah, something like that. Which, perfectly reasonable reason, not like, not like absurd or suspect or anything. It's just... It is one of those things where you have this little bit of ambiguity, and it isn't really a big deal until the officer shows up.
Mm-hmm.
But then the fact that the officer's treated as such comic relief, you tend to not really want to take his concerns with much seriousness.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the police officer was a pointless character, but then again, that's how the book was written. That's how the story is being told.
Yeah. Well, maybe there was more of him, and maybe he was less of just like, haha, look, the dog's ripping his pants off. Isn't that funny? He's got flamey boxers.
Yeah, I bet.
He gets attacked by a swan, which is a weird, parallel between this movie and Hot Fuzz that I did not expect.
It was a goose.
It was a goose, but it was a white goose. So, they look the same, more or less.
I was like, oh, look, the swan.
Yeah, just one swan, actually. Yeah, that was random.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny, honestly. But it was more funny because of the fact that we just watched Hot Fuzz.
Exactly. I think that was definitely it.
If it weren't for that, it would have just sort of passed me by.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been really...
You wouldn't have thought it, later, there was...
No, I mean, if we hadn't just watched Hot Fuzz.
Oh, okay,
If this movie was standing on its own, which it, obviously should be. It's not part of the Cornetto trilogy. This would be a weird add to the Cornetto trilogy. But maybe that's the cinematic universe that we're looking at. Either way...
Winn Cornetto.
Yeah, the Winn Cornetto dog with ice cream. Yeah, on its own, it's a little bit like, what's happening here? Some of the stuff is a little weird in this movie. Some of it is understandable, like the mistake tree. Mm-hmm. You could mark that off as weird, but it's because of a character
making the tree, filling the tree with mistakes.
Yeah, my question is, how did she get them up there? She's blind.
Well, it says that she's hard. She's like, she can see, like, but like.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, she's not really blind.
She's not really blind.
No. Like I don't believe her at all because she like she could tell that Opal was nodding.
Because she can see
but
shadows.
Yeah, but that's not a shadow. That's a relatively subtle movement, unless you're on profile. But she was looking Opal straight in the face. I don't think so. I don't think she's. I think they should have. I think they should have had Opal say yes instead of nod and let her get away with that because there's no. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Well, maybe
she wouldn't be able to see that.
Maybe if this Wikipedia article was better, it would have explained it better.
Well, I feel like the article that explains this better is called The Book.
Maybe she's actually, it explains better in the book, and that's why we need to read the book to know.
And I don't mean to be ripping this movie down. It's a very cute movie.
It's a good movie.
I don't really have beef with it. It's just when we're here and we're giving this review, like, I can talk about the things that went off without a hitch, but some of them they just aren't stand out good enough to be noticeable. Like,
can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
What was your favorite scene of this movie?
Favorite scene? That is a really good question, and I think there are a few contenders. Maybe the first pet shop scene, because I thought that was really kind of funny.
It was like Gertrude doesn't like dogs, and
yeah.
The bird flew and landed on the dog's
Well, yeah,
head.
and she's like, "Oh, thanks for the job, bye."
He's like, "You can't work, little girl. You can't work here."
But it's either that one or like the beginning of the party when everyone's showing up. Nice.
Excuse me.
When everyone's showing up and it's like, oh, everyone's getting along and that's nice. Like, everyone's coming together.
I brought pickles.
Yeah, I brought pickles. See, again, he's a little weird. I'm not saying he's like, I'm not saying he's really, mentally disabled, but I'm saying that, no thank you. I'm saying that he's just a little bit off.
I brought pickles.
I brought pickles. Yeah, he says it like 4 times in a row.
Because he says it to everybody that shows up. I brought pickles.
Yeah, but you don't need to do that. And so yeah, between everyone showing up for the party and the first pet shop scene, and maybe I don't know. I found the Winn-Dixie chasing the rat around pretty funny, which is double funny because Lafayette was doing that at a party today when he had the zoomies, just running in between people, crashing into tables, like, and yeah, that's probably it. I'm gonna go with the first pet shop scene. The other stuff, there were 2 things that I thought were cute, but are still a little bit odd. The first one is the candy tasting like sadness, because what is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Maybe...
Why would you make that?
I don't know. Candy tasting like sadness, it's supposed to be sweet and sad, You soothe your sadness with sweet, I don't know.
Yeah, but it makes you sad. Everyone spits it out. Basically everyone that Opal gives the candy to spits it out because they don't like it. No wonder they went out of business. Man, you gotta make a product that people like. Weird. Candy's supposed to make you happy. You've still got a thing of Junior Mints on your dresser, and every time I walk by your dresser, I go, I could make those disappear.
But you don't.
But then I remember they're your Junior Mints, and in a few days, when you notice they were gone, you might be very upset at me.
Yeah, I would. Thank you for reading into the future.
But the other thing was the music calming all the animals down, which is cute and like not super unrealistic, but is a little bit Disney.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we introduce these almost supernatural concepts, and maybe now I've been subjected to one too many Stephen King movies, even though it's only been like 1 or 2 that I've ever seen. But I expect to see these supernatural concepts get run with. And of course that never happens, because why would it? It wouldn't make any sense here.
I mean, why would the music calming the animals be supernatural?
Oh, it just seems... Because it is more than natural. I'm not saying like it's ghosts or spirits or something, but I'm saying this guy is supernaturally good at calming down animals with his music. That's not a thing that normally happens.
It can happen.
It can, but if you walk into if you have like a rampaging pack of lions or something and you just whip out the fiddle, they're still gonna eat you. Why
would I whip out the fiddle when a pack of lions are coming towards me?
Well, because apparently music can soothe the savage beast. Isn't that what you're saying?
I'm saying music can calm animals. I'm not saying it's gonna stop them from trying to kill you.
Well, maybe they're just trying to eat a gazelle. You think they're gonna stop? You think it's gonna? What song is gonna stop the gazelle? The gazelle from being eaten. What song?
I am not getting into this argument with you.
No, we need to pick a song. I'd like people in the comments to tell me what song is going to stop a bunch of lions from eating a gazelle.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What is the song that plays in Madagascar?
I like to move it.
No, not that one.
What song?
I'm sure there's a song that plays when Alex's hunger is satisfied. Or something like that. When he decides not to eat Marty, the zebra. I don't know, I need to watch Madagascar again. I just watched a video on, analyzing the trilogy.
Okay.
I don't know why, I've never seen the third one.
But my favorite, not one of my favorite scenes, but a scene I want to talk about before we do start rating is the Thunderstorm scene.
The first one?
The first scene,
with him going back and forth? That is a good scene.
It shows how animals can react to thunderstorms, especially if you live out in Naomi, Florida. Well, technically they shot it in Louisiana, but still, it shows how anxiety affects not only humans but animals as well, and it shows how terrible it can be. And you just got to make sure that your animals are safe and in a good environment. And
more importantly, it sets up the Chekhov's gun of when the thunderstorm comes later, when Dixie runs away.
And he runs away.
Yeah.
I wonder where he went. I wonder if it explains that in the book on where he went.
Probably not. I feel like it would undercut the worry to follow Winn Dixie at all during that period. He disappears, and you don't see him until the end of the story. If you're following Winn Dixie around now, it's a completely different book. This is told exclusively from Opal's point of view. Yeah. So it's not the kind of thing where we have any changing perspectives. I don't think we have any perspectives that aren't Opal's. Every scene is an Opal-centric scene.
It's just her story.
Yeah, which is nice for consistency. It's a little bit. You can have movies that are told from multiple points of view. You can have movies where the point of view jumps around to just show you the entire story. Mm-hmm. At some point, we'll probably watch The Fifth Element. And
I love that movie.
The Fifth Element is... You get both sides of the story at the same time, and also, I think, some other perspectives that are going on as well. The people probably know this bit of trivia, which we'll probably talk again about when we get to this movie, but the protagonist and the antagonist are never together in the same room in that film. They're almost in the same room at one point, where the bad guy walks out, the good guy walks in, but they're never face-to-face. Which is an interesting way to tell a story. Anyway, I think...
We're going to jump into star ratings here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give this thing 3.5 stars. I've seen better kids' movies.
Whatever.
I don't dislike it. I just don't know if I would bother watching it again. I think it is a really cute movie, but there are better kids' movies centered around a dog's relationship with a child.
Whatever.
Can I name one right now? No.
Exactly, because there isn't one better.
No, I'm sure there is one.
Better.
Are you going to give this thing 5 stars?
No, I'm giving it a 4.
Oh man, a whole half a star more than me, and you're going to dunk on my rating? Wow! What is... Now I need to find a better movie for this. You know what? There it is. Amazing Grace. There, that'll soothe the savage beast. That'll stop the lions. We did it. We stopped Carnivorism.
Jesus Christ. I can't.
Hold on. Movies. Kids movies with dogs. Let's see what we got. Oh, Bolt. Oh no, F it. What am I saying? Up. I'm gonna go with Up as a better movie with a kid and a dog.
Up doesn't count.
Why not?
Doesn't count.
It's a movie with a kid and a dog.
Is it in the list?
Probably not. It's my favorite movie, and we've both seen it.
No, I meant in this list.
Oh, in this list. Movies, kids movies. I mean,
oh
it's
my
probably
God,
in
Marmaduke?
this list.
I completely
well,
forgot.
yeah, Marmaduke.
I totally forgot about Marmaduke.
Beethoven.
Oh my God, Beethoven's such a good.
Why is Babe in here? I mean, I guess there is a dog in Babe.
The Shaggy Dog with Tim Allen.
Underdog. There we go.
Oh my God,
that's not a better movie.
I loved Underdog. You know that movie was shot in Rhode Island?
Yeah, I did, and I know they added more tall buildings to our skyline because apparently Providence didn't look cool enough. Yeah.
It wasn't tall enough.
Let's see.
Hotel for Dogs.
Hotel for Dogs. I have that book. I love that book.
It was a book?
Yeah, it's a good book. It's way better than a movie. I'm gonna be honest. Way better than the movie.
I didn't know it was a book.
There's 100% better movies with a kid and a dog than this. However, I don't think any of them in this list are better.
What, really?
What? Okay, wait. Okay, what's better? What's better? I mean, this Balto. That's not really a kid and dog movie. Oh, Clifford. This is a new Clifford. Oh, there's because of Winn Dixie.
But you know what? Isn't there? Garfield.
Yeah, the dog. Well, I guess there is a dog in Garfield. There isn't a kid. There isn't a kid in Garfield. Homeward Bound, Beverly Hills, Chihuahua.
Homeward Bound is actually a better movie than this movie.
Yeah?
Yes.
Was there a kid in Homeward Bound?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All the animals belonged to one person.
Old
Yeller.
I saw Beverly Hills, Chihuahua in theaters.
You did?
Yeah.
You saw it in theaters?
Oh my God, yeah. So I enjoyed it. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
There it is. There's Up. I'm vindicated. Up is a better movie than this. All right, we're gonna have to end this off here. We have 73 subscribers now. We got some more from the last time. I'm gonna have to say thanks to everyone for subscribing. Please subscribe if you haven't for more realist podcast and other random gaming shenanigans.
Comment if you've seen this movie.
Yeah,
and comment what song you think would stop a pack of ravenous lions from killing a gazelle.
And tell me what movie with a kid and a dog is better than this one. Yeah, I feel like I'm being mean to it. I'm so mean to your favorite movies. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I try to be nice to your movies.
I try to be nice to your movies. I just don't succeed. Well, you try to be nice to movies with the notable exception of Space Jam.
Space Jam fucking sucked. That's why.
Anyway.
All right. Bye, guys.
See you next episode. Goodbye.